Good day. This is another video on this prelim mathematics paper 1. We're covering question 4. It's on functions. It's a prelim paper of 2018. They gave us this parabola, an exponential graph. The question reads, the graph of f of x equals 2 to the power of x minus 8 will be that one. There's an f on it. And g of x is ax squared plus bx plus c, that's the parabola, are sketched below. Then they say points Q, 0 and 4,5, and D are the y-intercepts of G and F respectively. So there we have Q with a coordinate and D down there, and they are the two y-intercepts. The graphs intersect at P, which is over there, which is the turning point of graph G, and the common x-intercept of f and g. The first question reads, write down the equation of the asymptote of f of this graph. The answer is y equals to minus 8. We see it at the back of the equation there. I just put my given here and put my sketch next door. Next they asked, determine the coordinates of point P and D. There's D, there's P. P is the turning point of the parabola, but I don't have his equation. But it's also the x-intercept of this graph. So we take the f graph and we make the y 0. Rewrite your equation, equate it to 0. A lot of kids don't like this way of writing, so we can just say, I make y 0 and rewrite the equation and make y 0, the same as what we wrote there to find p. Then solve for x. So x equals to 3. They asked us to write the coordinates, so the coordinate of P will then be 3 and 0. And I advise you to write it in on the sketch. Now to work out D. D is the y-intercept of the f function. So you make x 0 to find your y-intercept on the f function. Then you solve for y and write down the coordinates of D. Please stop the video. Next they asked, determine the equation of h, a new function, if h of x is found by taking the f function, substituting the x with 2x and plussing 8 to it. So what this question is asking is take the f of x, substitute 2x in the place of x and add an 8 to it. That'll change f of x to look like this. Then you simplify it. Then your answer is h of x equals 2 to the power of 2x. But you may also write it like this or that. Please stop the video. The next question asks, determine the equation of h of minus 1 in the form of y equals 2. So they want the inverse of h. This is what the equation of h was. So you swap the x and y around and then get the y alone, changing it to log equations. Stop the video, please. You could also have taken it down this road. Stop the video and look at it. Next they ask, write down the range of this inverse function. The answer is y is an element of real numbers, can be written this way or that way. How do we find that? The range of the inverse is the domain of the previous graph. The domain of the f graph that we see over here ran from negative infinity up to positive infinity. So the range of this graph will be the y values is from negative infinity to positive infinity. Next they ask, determine the equation of G, the parabola. Please go and look at the video that says finding the equation of a parabola. Because we have the turning point available and another coordinate, we will go for the turning point formula of the parabola. Substitute in the turning point 3 and 0. Substitute the other coordinate Q and work out A. Then we will substitute this A back into the formula there. And write my final answer like this. this or that. Please stop the video. Next, they ask us to calculate this for 3 marks. The simplest way to understand this is that I'm going to work out the answer in the red circle, then I'm going to work out the answer in the blue box, and then minus them from each other. What it's actually saying is take a naught, plug it in the place of x there, get an answer, put a 1 in there, get an answer, put a 2 in there, get an answer, and put a 3 in there and get an answer. Then add all of them and get my final answer. Then go to this side, take a 4, plug it in the place of x there, take a 5, plug it in the place of x there, work it out, get the answer, add it, and then minus these two from each other. Like I said, there's quite a few ways to work it out, but what I think the best way would be to work out g of 0, g of 1, g of 2, g of 3, get it and add them, and then minus g of 4 plus g of 5, get them, and then minus them from each other. My answer will be 4,5. A similar way to what I did is to do it like this, or to understand that you could find the answers on the parabola. In short, the final answer, 4,5. Please stop the video. The last part of this question says, describe the transformation that should be applied to the graph of G so that the new graph obtained will have non-real roots. So there is G. Your answer should then be any upwards translation or shift will result in non-real roots. The moment this parabola moves up, it won't touch the x-axis anymore and it won't have any more roots. Please indicate whether you liked or disliked the video and subscribe to the channel. If you run into any function problem that you have trouble solving, you may send a clear WhatsApp photo of your problem to this number and a clear WhatsApp photo of where you tried it. Then we will try and solve the problem and send back an answer to you as soon as possible. Enjoy functions.